to start graphing today. It's my favorite thing. So you might actually pick yourself up a little booklet of graph paper, or I can also print some graph pages that you can print off to practice graphing with. You might also get yourself a nice little ruler so that you can, we're going to be graphing linear equations. What are linear equations? Lines. The root word of linear is line. So we're going to be graphing lines. It's really nice to have a ruler to graph lines with. First thing we're going to talk about is the coordinate system. So there's actually some really good videos on Khan Academy. How many people have used this website, Khan Academy? khanacademy.org. And I think it's in one of his videos on intro algebra. He talks about how Descartes, which is actually the creator of the Cartesian Plane, it's named after him. Descartes, Cartesian, you see that? That he imagined the coordinate plane by laying in bed one day and watching a fly buzz around above him. And he was like, well, how could I describe the position of the fly at any given time? And he imagined what we call the Cartesian plane. It's named after him, and it's basically an XY coordinate. It's a rectangular coordinate system. So we've been graphing a lot of things on the number line. The number line is really the same thing as the x-axis. And you see how it's organized. It starts with 0 in the middle, and then counting towards positive infinity, and then going to the whatever direction that is, right? Yeah? And then going to the left, this goes to, there's an arrow here too, negative infinity. Well, now we're going to juxtapose that with the y-axis. And so another name for the x-axis is the horizontal axis. And another name for the y-axis, does anybody know what that another name for the y-axis is? Vertical axis, exactly. And you'll notice that on the y-axis, okay, we start out as 0 being like our 0, 0 in the middle right here is the origin. Origin is where it all begins. So when y is 0 and x is 0, x and y are 0, we're in the middle of where x and y intersect. And they form perpendicular lines, right? If y is positive, we're going above sea level. If y is negative, we're going down below sea level. So 0 being like sea level as neutral. Okay, you can either take notes on regular paper or you can, oh, actually, you know what? Here's one extra copy that you can thank Amanda, right? You can pass it back to him. I have one extra, that's it. That's all I have. Or take notes if you don't have it on regular paper. Okay, so the Cartesian system is known as a rectangular coordinate system. Each point is known as an ordered pair, and that's important because the order matters. We list the x-coordinate of the point and then the y-coordinate. So x comes before y in the alphabet, x comes before y with our ordered pairs. The point 0, 0 is known as the origin or the beginning, right? And so if we were going to start to put some numbers on these, and by the way, we number these, the x and y axis cross to form 4 quadrants. We call it quadrants because quad means 4. In fact, when I went to U of O, some people who didn't want to live in the dorms, they moved into the quads. Quad was like a step up from the dorm. And at the origin was a shared bathroom and kitchen, and then somebody had a bedroom here, 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 and here. They had 4 bedrooms, right? And they shared one common kitchen. So that was like a little bit of like a get out on your own, but not entirely have to like pay the full rent. So we actually start, here is quadrant 1, and we use Roman numerals. Over here is quadrant 2. Down here is quadrant 3. Don't ask me why they decided to name it counterclockwise. And down here is quadrant 4. Oops, so you're not seeing that. Quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Okay, so we're going to list these. When we do the ordered pair, we're going to list the x's and the y's in order. So we go first over, how much did I go over to x? So over here, I went over 6, so my x coordinate is 6. Then I go up to 2, so the y coordinate is 2. Okay? Does anybody want me to show one more before you go ahead and try and find those coordinates of all those points, and then we'll share out? So I'm going to just list them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and go ahead and find the coordinates of each one of those points, and then we'll go ahead and share out on those in just a moment.